Hello there, everybody. Smithers here to bring you 5 advanced tips that you can use in your next Hell Let Loose match. Number 1, we gotta use Recon tanks and their seating for infantry. I oftentimes see Recon tanks rolling around the back line, but with just the tankers inside. You gotta remember there are 2 seats to put 2 SLs, for example, or maybe 1 SL and an AT player, just in case that Recon tank encounters another enemy tank. Okay? Remember also that with the latest update, tankers can drop supplies. So just as this example here, the tanker jumps out, puts a box down on the ground, and then we have another tanker building a repair station. Just imagine what you can do if the tanker and the Puma drops the box, and then the SL puts up a blue zone garrison. Or if you already have a support inside of the Recon tank, the tanker drops their box, support drops theirs, and next thing you know, you have a red zone garrison. So I'd like to see a lot more Recon tank infantry combos zipping around the map and working their magic. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, buddies, is to improvise with AT guns. Let's face it, armor crews don't always have their greatest days, and they need your help. So be sure to always keep building AT guns on your brain. Oftentimes, I only see maybe 1 or 2 AT guns built over the course of a match when the team limit is 6. On maps like Foy, where your armor crews may struggle a lot, just remember as infantry, you can help them out and build AT guns like pictured here. So these buddies were able to get a couple up here and help hold the armor back. No matter how many times you get taken out, just be sure to keep building them over and over again. Tip number 3, everybody. Be sure to coordinate your arty with airheads and give them a heads up at least 30, 60, 90 seconds so they have enough time to re-angle their gun. Arty, don't be afraid to drop a few HE rounds around it, as there's going to be plenty of time to get a couple rounds off until the airhead spawn comes in. Remember, as soon as the airhead lands, it's going to be 30 seconds at least until a spawn wave comes on in. Okay? So, commanders, give Arty a heads up. And then, of course, don't be afraid to use your strafing run and bombing run combo to help defend the airhead. Between Arty, HE, smoke, strafing run, bombing run, your airhead may have a greater chance of success. Tip number 4, coordinate armor with Arty and P-strikes. The commander should be working together with armor crews, as the armor crews should point out, hey, we damaged this enemy tank. They're going to be behind a hedge, most likely repairing. As you see here in the top left of the screen, the precision strike is called in. And this Tiger crew was damaged by the enemy tank, and no doubt the Turkish tank crew told the commander, hey, we damaged this tank. They're behind this hedgerow. We need the P-strike right now. And armor crews don't forget to tell the commander from which angle the P-strike should come in. Utah is a very famous map for that, as behind these hedgerows, there aren't many spots where the P-strike can be blocked, as usually the tanks are lined up right alongside of them. So you can get a really good angle on them to be able to knock them out. Another example for number 4 is on SME checkpoint. This is probably one of the best spots to coordinate Arty, armor, and the commander's abilities. Here on SME checkpoint, the tanks often line up along this hedge. Now the tanks will go back and forth along this hedge like this, point out this way, point out that way. And there's going to be plenty of repair stations around here. Tankers should be constantly calling in artillery along this hedge when they engage enemy tanks, especially if they notice they ended up repairing them really quickly. Plus, from a precision strike standpoint, the commander can call in the ability from the southern edge of the map and have a really short delay time between the ability call in and the strike on the enemy tank. So that way, the enemy tank has much less time to respond. Now, of course, with the Stuka, it's going to be a little bit different, but if the Tigers were lined up over here, Ally commander can line up the P-strike to come in from the southern edge of the map and strike them right behind there. Angling the precision strike is very important for a situation like this, because obviously coming in from this direction, you're most likely going to hit the hedge. Another good example of coordinating armor, artillery, and the commander. My last tip for you all today, tip number 5, is to constantly be thinking about different ways to use buildables. With the latest updates, we have a new one with the tank resupply depot. Here on SMDM, northeast of Pierce Farm, we have Climbers United versus Omen, and Climbers United figured out a way to get on top of the roof, as this was for the most part, I think, previously inaccessible for the Allies, because the Allies do not have the Belgian gate, but now they have the ammo resupply station. And here, Climbers United figured out, hey, if we build this ammo resupply station right here, we can climb out of the window, get on top of it, and get on top of the roof, allowing these MG players additional access, setting up different lines of sight that the enemy may not expect. Because remember, the Axis have Belgian gates, which allow them to climb on top of things a little bit easier. The Allies didn't really have that option. Now they sort of do with the ammo resupply. Okay? So constantly be thinking of different ways to use buildables inside the game. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining me. These are 5 tips that I figured to start off with. If you enjoyed the video, go and hit that like button. And if you have any questions, go and drop a comment below. Plenty more videos to come on this topic. Thanks for watching, everybody.